Here are some eating habits that can lower your immunity. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, it has never been seen as important before. Everyone is concerned about having to eat a lot, drinking a lot of good food to increase the natural resistance. However, some eating methods that increase the wrong resistance will harm yourself. Many people are not aware of the harmful effects. Decreased resistance means that the immune system is weakened. At this time, the body is susceptible to bacteria, virus attacks, which leads to exhausted health and very vulnerable to illness. Diet directly determines our health situation. Want to enhance the body's resistance to limit the following bad habits. Eating habits are harmful to health. 1. Likes to eat salty foods. Among the particularly attractive dishes, 8.9 portions are very heavy salty. However, studies have shown that eating a lot of salt is bad for immunity. In the case of not sweating too much, 3 to 5 grams of salt per day can meet the needs of the human body. If high salt intake exceeds the standard, will also disrupt the intestinal flora, even causing harm to immune system function. Science News recently reported on the work of a German medical scientist. The study found that, in animal experiments involving rats, the mice ate high-salt foods. After being exposed to pathogenic bacteria like E. coli and Listeria monocytogenes, serious infection is very likely. In subsequent human trials, the researchers asked healthy people to eat more than 6 grams of salt per day. As a result, after 1 week, their bodies appeared similar to those of mice, and their ability to kill neutral bacteria also decreased significantly. The researchers found that when a diet high in salt, the amount of salt goes beyond the body's needs. The body wants to eliminate large amounts of salt, need to increase the amount of urea in the kidney. However, too much urea will reduce the antibacterial function of neutral cells, a type of immune cell, which belongs to the type of white blood cells, and this antibacterial effect of neutral cells is very important to prevent pyelonephritis. Put simply, eating too much salt will cause poor antimicrobial resistance of neutral cells, and are more likely to cause bacterial nephritis. Therefore, eating a lot of salt hurts the kidneys. 2. Eat lots of sweet foods and sugary drinks. Eating lots of sugar is bad for your immunity. That's no longer news. The sugar mentioned here is added to sugar during food processing and does not include sugar in natural fruit. It has long been found that diabetics have high blood sugar levels, significantly reducing the body's antibacterial and antiviral abilities, even increasing the risk of cancer. A nutrition epidemiological investigation in the United States found that adults who drank a lot of sweet drinks were at a higher risk for asthma and chronic bronchitis, and all of these diseases meant immune system dysfunction. Studies found decades ago also show that eating too much sugar lowers the function of white blood cells like neutrophils, reducing their ability to fight off harmful microorganisms. A number of recent studies have shown that a high-sugar diet can also disrupt the intestinal flora, and the balance of intestinal bacteria is closely related to normal immune function. Although eating rice also raises blood sugar levels, eating sweets has more harm because it will reduce the nutritional density of foods. Even if calories do not exceed the standard, it will cause vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and this condition will make the immune system function worse. 3. Mix unbalanced vegetables and meats. Too little or too much protein is also bad for immunity. Protein is the main raw material for different active substances in antibodies and various immune reactions, so when the body doesn't have enough protein, the body's ability to fight infections decreases. Eating only large quantities of vegetables, eating less fish, meat, eggs, milk, will result in too little protein entering the body. Eating too few staple foods will cause protein to be consumed as an energy source, so it does not play a nutritional role. 4. Eating habits reduce resistance quickly. However, eating too much meat, eggs, fish and shrimp will also be detrimental to the normal function of the immune system. As mentioned previously, too much urea in the kidney is not beneficial for the antibacterial effect of immune cells. The absorption of a large amount of protein will also cause the urea concentration of the kidney to rise. Eating too much animal protein and too little plant foods will cause an imbalance in the body's nutrition, insufficient antioxidants and insufficient fiber, which will affect the health of the intestinal flora and function of the immune system. 4. Eating hungry or full meals irregularly. Eating less or skipping meals may also harm your immunity. Research by Australian scientists has found that the intestinal immune function of the body has a circadian rhythm, which is related to eating patterns and rules. When it comes to meals, if you eat in time, your immune function will be strengthened, which will help prevent intestinal infections. This is because the food people eat every day is not sterile. In response to harmful bacteria, the human body secretes stomach acid to destroy microorganisms. At the same time, it is equipped with a strong immunity force in the intestine to prevent bacterial disorders, protect the integrity of intestinal mucosa and prevent intestinal inflammation. These immune forces have nothing to do when we are not eating, and they remain in a low active state. If there is no microorganism to attack, if these immune cells are overactive, it can cause chronic enteritis and self-injury. Therefore, if you eat at the same time every day and have a regular, your body will know when to activate the immune system of the intestine and when to let them rest. If meal times are unpredictable, then the intestinal immune system is lost. Once the disease occurs in the intestines, the digestive and absorption functions of the body will be greatly affected.